facilitated by Ravi. Ravi has been conducting a lot of workshops on leadership coaching and NLP training and brings a wealth of experience on the table. Recognized for his outstanding contribution, Ravi fosters an inclusive environment, tailoring his coaching and training to meet the unique needs and perspectives of each individual. Over to you, Ravi.
All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good to see you back, although some people are yet to arrive. But I think considering the limitations of time and the opportunity, I don't want to leave a bit of it. All right. So more than saying ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm more positively impelled to call you as my friends by now. We've been together for the last 2 days. And I think it also sets very high, I think, benchmark, especially looking at how we started yesterday morning. And by the time we are here, I see that it's been a lofty benchmark being established by all the speakers, and all the esteemed guests who have given their sharings and opinions. So I see that, Joel, especially for you after today's scintillating day 2, I see that it's more of a wonderful environment. And I think I want to thank Joel for one thing. It's that it's like, consider this to be my second inning, if I may borrow your word, please. A second inning, a synthesis of what Joel was talking about. Of course, not too much in depth in neurodiversity. I'm not an expert. And also drawing some wonderful branches from the pair. Another scintillating speaker. Yesterday we saw something new, 2 speakers sharing a stage. And I think more than a couple, more than a pair, I want to call you guys a couple, okay? Pun intended, because you guys are such wonderful together. You have such a fantastic rapport. So I think that's made my job much easier, all right? So what brings me here, I think first of all, it's an honor for having this privilege, this wonderful opportunity to present my maybe the culmination of my decades work on this topic, which is upcoming Neurolinguistic Programming, to be able to share with such esteemed individuals. All right, so what I want to begin with is that I do not like speaking too much. Yesterday I was having a conversation in the evening. It's like, you don't talk much. I said, yeah, I think I try to talk when required. And he's like, oh, you're supposed to be a speaker. I said, yeah, that's exactly why I don't speak too much. And fill in the blank if you may, please. The more I speak, let's say if I'm on this stage for a while having this privilege, the more I speak, the more you will dash. Fill in the blank. The more I speak, the more you will learn, I hope. The more I speak, the more you will listen, or at least try to. But I see, you know what, realistically speaking, the more I speak, if I'm on the stage as a presenter, a trainer, or a leader, I think the more I speak, the more you will forget. That's what I believe, really. And so what does this mean? What does this really presuppose? That I want to bring in an environment. I'm again borrowing Pankaj Suri's words yesterday during the panel discussion. He said a word that is not only about collaboration, it's about co-creation. So I think I love the idea that we adults really learn something by co-creation, creating and cultivating an environment where we all can discuss, share our reflections, and co-create and support our intellect. So what brings me here? I think my professional trajectory, which would have otherwise ended me in a space of flying aircraft. So I had been a commercial pilot till 2007, and I think I had been having a background of commercial pilot, although I did not start my career, although investing a lot of money, time, and efforts. I had to redirect because of a personal decision I had to make. And after which I think it's more of life with finding purpose and discovering meaning. So I'm in the field of training and coaching for about 14 years now. And a little bit about what I do, basically, okay? In a nutshell, I just do simple things like coaching and leadership trainings. but these are the tools I use. All right, so it's not many things I do, these are just the tools I use. And I see many people from the HR background might say, oh, that's psychometrics, or that's personality type theory, or that's psychometrics. So it's a combination of all. These are my tools. And I think in the due course of my talk, which is not very long, and I'm going to cut a very long story very short, I'll keep it up to 40 minutes of talk, and that too if I can see that we are all sustaining together. All right, so these are the tools that I use, and I think the more, metaphorically speaking, the salt of my recipe is more about neuro-linguistic programming. Neuro-linguistic programming. It doesn't directly correlate with the idea of DEI, but seeing from another angle where how can we first start to address our invisible disabilities, starting from there, and what neuro-linguistic programming has to talk about that is what I'm going to be doing with you all today. So yeah, well, I think also one thing that I'm also into hypnotherapy, but rest assured, you all are safe. So people talk about, oh my God, do you do hypnosis, like hypnotherapy, etc.? So are you going to be like hypnotizing us, snatching away our money, or installing some ideas? But I think also if you've seen movie Inception, anybody? The movie Inception. So by the way, I'm a lucid dreamer myself. It's been 9 years. I do lucid dreaming every night. So yesterday, Rishi and I were having a discussion that he said, you are the first one to eat your meal, dinner time. Why don't you want to drink? I said, no. I couldn't say that to him that time that I want to do my lucid dreaming here. But I said, no, I don't drink because of that reason. I have to be more awake than being awake during sleeping. And to support this very idea, I'm 42 years of age and I'm not married. So basically, I can lucid dream all night. Yeah, because and I also record my dreams every night and decode the messages. Well, that's another talk. If interesting, like-minded individuals would like it, we might have some strong discussions. Now, a simple introduction to what NLP, that's Neuro-Linguistic Programming, is. All right, so let's start with this. What do you see on the screen? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I heard that, yeah. So you've been called as a window for a long time, but now an apple, yes, you discovered, thanks. So, how many of you think that it's an apple? Of course. Come, let's eat it. Means it's not an apple. So what it is then? Thank you very much. Now, tell me somebody, please, let's open the forum. What difference does it make to call this as not an apple, but a picture of an apple? What difference does it make if we start to speak language with more precision? Does it make a difference? Is it like a picture of an apple? So, what's your take on this? It gives you a better understanding. Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. And I think I'm missing again Sumit's presence. Sometime back he spoke about words have the power. And I think I want to address in this little speech, half an hour around, that labels, the more labels we are carrying, the more away from DEI we are being. So I think, to be frank with you all, like, being friend, I think I'm more comfortable speaking my part here, considering that it's all a very safe, psychologically safe environment that we've been creating since yesterday morning. I'm myself in a zone that, bus here, I've heard a lot since morning. And the bus is a more positive, by the way. कि मुझे और नहीं सुनना. क्यों नहीं सुनना है? Because I think I'm imbued, I'm like driven with so much of inspiration. Just leave me out of this room. I want to practice DEI now. So leave me alone. Let me fly, yeah? Let me swim like a bird, Joel. Yeah, so let me swim like a bird. So I want that kind of a space right now, along with everybody. So let's create this together, an understanding of how is language creating a better perception plus a perspective that we can really genuinely include diversity and create inclusivity in our workplace. So I think we're done with the apple. I think let me get another fruit. What is this? I know, keep quiet, look wise. It's an orange. Yeah, but I think we've gone too far. Yeah. I think all the parents would say, "What the heck are you talking? What if my child asks me what is this, and I say, I don't know? Come on." So, all right. So my question is, let's say that this is an orange, and that's right. It is orange, by the way. It's not a picture of an orange. It is an actual orange. What is this going to be after 3 days? 3-day-old orange. I love that. What is it going to be after a week's time? A more rotten orange. Let's fast forward to a month. Will it be an orange after 1 month? Yeah. Well, let's not waste the idea, but I think let's imagine if it's okay, fine. I think 1 month maybe. I think I'm keeping it too short. 6 months, man. All right. It's not an orange, by the way. We wouldn't know was it an orange or not. And I think we've gone this line. I think come back to the past as well. What was this 6 months ago? But not an orange. So my assertion is that, or rather my proposition, if everything is not what it is, how can we be the same for what we are? How many of us really are carrying this label of I can't dash, dash, dash. I find it difficult, dash, dash, dash. This person is dash, dash, dash. So it's the label that I think the rest of the time we're going to be understanding and creating some reflections onto. These labels are the first step towards really creating that inclusivity. And I'm going to prove my point. And it's more logic than speculation. So I think I'm maybe in that, Joel, in that circle. I consider myself in the second average zone person, but who has a little stronger sense of logic. So I'm maybe tilting towards a bit of logic, yeah? So it is a label that is creating. Now, one introduction to what Neurolinguistic Programming is, everyone. This is how we take in information. Little bit of theory, all right? Little bit, just a bit. Bear with me. We take information through our eyes, ears, smell, taste, touch, right? Okay. And let's say that how many sounds apart from my voice do you hear? Now. All right. What do you see apart from, let's say if you're looking at me right now, what are you not seeing? Keeping your eyes there. Keeping your eyes here for now. What are you not seeing while you're looking at me? We are missing a lot, right? So if your eyes were to be camera lenses, what do you see? What are you missing out? There's a lot that we are missing out. Now, can you all feel the sensation of your feet against the ground? Does it feel like something? Oh yeah. Do you want to check your heartbeat? How does that feel? Oh yeah, it's beating. Thank God it's beating. Yeah. Now, when you are not looking at your heartbeat, when you're not focusing at your heartbeat, is it really beating? It is. Yeah, so can we say that there's a lot of information available for us? There's a lot of information that is available outside of us. Question is, how much are we taking in? How much are we taking in? And guys, bear with me, it's a little bit of theory. And we're going to connect that with more practical understanding of this topic. So, in case of numbers, this is by 2.3 million bits of information per second. We are bombarded with information. Quoted by Mihail Csikszentmihalyi. If anybody's read the book called The Flow, okay, very famous book, Flow. It's optimum psychology of optimum performance and happiness. Now, interestingly, or rather astonishingly, that out of 2.3 million bits of data available, we take only 134 bits. Question, where is all the information going? Where is it going? Subconscious. It's going in the subconscious, which means it's there, but we don't see it, right? We don't see it. Now, can I say that there are two things. This is, by the way, a metaphoric strainer I've put for us to get to the point that there's a lot available, but we are not capacitated to take all the information. Anybody seen the movie Lucy? Lucy, Lucy movie, yeah? So Lucy had some superpowers, of course. Now imagine that you are taking all the information all together. What would happen? Superhuman, or we'll go mad. You know, it's a word. Basically, we'll be so bombarded with so much of information, we would not know what should we respond to. We don't know what to respond to if there's so much coming in. So we are bestowed by nature that we will take only 134. So which means a great deal of deletion is taking place. And there's another word called distortion. Distortion means you think there is something, but it is not. You think it is like this, but it is not. Now, let's move ahead a little bit. Everyone. So raise your hand when you do spot a mistake, if at all there is a mistake. If at all there is a mistake, by the way. Yeah? Oh, we have some hands. All right. Okay. Not all. Others are figuring out कि क्या कर रहे हैं लोग. इनका हाथ ऊपर है क्यों, by the way? All right. Anyways. All right. All right. I think someone who gets it in the first will get in the all of this. What do you see first? What do you see, by the way? But what do you see first? Everyone? Love or hate? How many see love here? I'll tell you what, change the place Goa and you'll see hate there. All right, but that's of course, there's a theory onto that. But how many see love and cannot see hate? That's my question, the more important one. How many see love, but you can't see hate? You can't see it. Now you can. Yeah. And how many see hate who can't see love? Can't see love. Oh my God, that's Netflix at its very best. Right. By the way, there is both. All right. And another question. What if you did not know English language, how to read? What would you see then? Nice piece of art. All right. Or something. Something. But not the word. Which means there is so much to look at. Question is, what are we looking? And another question I'm going to raise, that's my argument, that what is making us see what we are seeing? What is making us focus at what we are focusing at? And how does it relate to the other? All right, well, what do you see here? Young boy. Yeah, so you're on my team. So we're on my team, yeah? So we are a trio now, yeah? What do you see? Come on. How many of you see an old lady, like actually a witch? Yeah? A witch, old lady, yeah? Any of you? Old man, okay, all right. What? Someone smoking, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, bidi. That's right. Okay. How many of you see a young face? A young face, maybe boy or a girl, we don't know, but a young face, all right. Yeah, all right. Okay, and many of us, I'm sure, are figuring out कि यार वो young face मुझे दिख रही है, लेकिन old lady कहाँ है? और जो old lady देख रहा है, वो कहते हैं कि where is the young lady? But anyways, that's both. So, again, a question. And by the way, this is a talk for maybe self-reflection. People who are looking at the older lady, okay? Either you have accepted the fact that you are getting older.
This is all you are making older.
All right, let me not get to that. All right, good. But on a serious note, on the serious. Oh yeah, you want to know that? All right.
I want to know why
All right. And I think let's save it for a little. In fact, Kamini, let's save it for a little later. In fact, that'll be more value in that little discussion we'll have on this. All right. So I think so far, let's say so far what we are taking is that there's something inside of us, we don't know what that is. That's making us see what there is outside. All right. Something. Right. Cool. Okay. All right. What do you see? Now, yeah. All right, good. And of course, had I been not asking this, let's say you are traveling and you see, look at a poster, maybe on a hoarding, you would have seen one. So that's the question. What's that one? It's either me or you. Yeah, fine. All right. Okay. Let me not get to that again. Why that? That'll raise another question and another argument. Yeah. All right. Safe side, remain quiet. But I think also there's another fact that people who see good can't see evil. There is evil, by the way. Somebody's wondering, oh my God, where's evil there? Well, that's a great thing. I think beautiful people like us. And for your information, this is, by the way, used in prisons in Netherlands, that people who are getting treatment, more of mental treatments, they have been asked to see, what do you see? If you still see evil, then we need to address. If you think that you're able to look at the good part, which means you're getting better. Now that's another piece. We'll keep it for much later. But yes.
I think that if you look at all of these examples, we're trained to look at alphabets in black. So the black comes out first.
Ji haan. Yeah.
And we're not trained to see what's inside and the white.
But then I think, and this is interesting. Anuradha, is that many people are looking at the white as well, and that's the question. That's my argument. Something is happening. Our brains are doing something that our unconscious mind actually, it's doing something that we don't know why, but we see something, and we're deleting the rest of the information. Yep. So even this was color. Maybe next time I'll ensure that I'll put this in color. The same thing would happen. Believe me.
Likewise, in the past few examples, as a trend, I'm only looking at those places even though I can see good, but I'm not looking at good. I want to see the evil here.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's subconscious or conscious or what.
Right. Yeah.
It's giving like a pattern.
And that's right. It's subconscious. Yeah.
The next slide, if you have something like this, I look for what I can't see.
Correct. But I think what it's about capturing the idea, the essence, that something is inside of us that is creating the perception. So if we are, of course, talking about DEI, so my point is, what's inside? That's something we need to address. That's where I'm going to, by the way. So, okay, now the cat is already out of the hat. So I think I'll run the formalities, yeah? So everybody can see this? Yeah, there are two the's there. Yeah? All right, Rasha, thanks. Yeah. And you're supposed to not see that. Yeah, good, thank you. Again, same thing. Yep. So the parrots in the spring, lifetime, etc., etc. All right, everybody? Or like I said, the cat is already out. Yep. That's right. And it could be any word. So basically the point is that to make sense of our world, we look for patterns that are matching. That's the whole point. So for some of you, when we were asked to raise hands, some of you did, some did not. So I'm sure that we could not see the word mistake having a mistake, semantically. So we are being put to perceive things, okay, so far. Now, let's understand a little bit about, let's open this discussion, that why are we seeing those things? What's inside of us? Okay, what's inside of us? A little bit of, now the word memories. Now, this is why I chose this topic, this particular slides on the topic when I was told that I'm going to be speaking under the banner called as invisible disabilities, right? So invisible disabilities are the items we are carrying inside of us. Invisible. What's visible? If you may please do your signature on the pen and paper that you got. Please do a signature. Let's do a signature. Your signature, all right? And now people who've done that, do it with your other hand. All right? So what we are doing with the other hand, is called visible disability. And what we can't see, that is our memories and something called as generalizations. In other words, the labels. The labels create perception. So can we all say as of now, if we are on this co-learning environment, that we all are disabled somewhere? Somewhere, somehow. We all are, right? And, this whole idea of DEI, and yesterday, Miss Aurora spoke this beautiful word that we as leaders, leader is not someone who is having a position of a leader. It's about someone who is making a change and taking action. So if we as leaders, if we are not changing and questioning the generalizations is something that you latch onto as truth. So please fill in your blank. I can't in your life. What do you can't? Say that. Whatever, put in your word. I can't. Let's all hear. What is it that you can't? I can't? All right. I can't. I can't swim. Okay. I can't say no. All right. And this is a wonderful, a very logical argument that the moment you use the word neurolinguistic programming, because we are linguistically programming ourselves, and we are actually impeding our capacities, by the way. We are stunting our mental growth and intellect capacities by simply using words which are coming out of trance. Coming out of trance. Trance meaning somebody said something like let's say I can't swim. Somebody said I can't swim, yeah? So I have a question. Let's say we're just learning together. When did you decide that? So how long is that? Maybe a year ago, 2 years, 1 month, what? How many? 2 years ago. And now, let's say if we bring in this metaphoric orange, that orange was not the orange some time ago, it will not be the orange. How can we be the same? 2 years ago, there was a certain condition, a certain environment where Sonal, where Sonal decided that she can't swim. Sonal is not the Sonal anymore, by the way. So how can this be possible that she still can't swim? Exactly. And it's a very simple understanding what these slides are actually intending to promote is that these changes, big changes, can be started from little changes. It's called 1 degree change. People have read, I'm sure. And what is that 1 degree in my talk is that linguistic changes. So can we say that, let's say now again for that matter, Sonal, I can't swim, all right. What would happen if you say to yourself, until now, I don't think I can swim? Tell me what would happen. So, until now, and I'm speaking the truth by the way, I'm not lying. I'm speaking the truth. I'm not saying, it's not an affirmation. I don't have a rupee in my pocket and I'm saying, I'm rich. I'm the money magnet. Before sleeping, I'm repeating. I'm not talking about that right now. Although even that has incredible potential. But then what we are talking about, so everyone who said that I can't dash, 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 if you were to replace the same thing, speaking the truth, what would you say? So how would you say the same thing? I can't dash. How should you say that now? I can try, okay. But then somebody asks you, okay, do you swim? And the answer is, I can't.
I can't swim yet.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for that. Really, thank you. Thank you. It's little intelligence, but then it's a huge difference, believe me. Because, saying, this is a little of my personal pain point, a little bit. I'll talk about this. So when we talk about, DEI, these are very big words, really very big words. Coming back to Miss Arora's talk yesterday, she says it's not about talking. And there is, it's like, who do we call a leader? Is that somebody who has integrity? That's the first take of a leader. That somebody who has integrity. And I see that we all are leaders here under this very forum, under this very room. That what makes us a leader by logic is that we are taking a new idea which is not being accepted maybe as much as it should be, but we are taking a stance, we are taking a decision that I want to do something about it. So that's leadership in simple words. And the leadership is when you are challenging the generalizations and speaking a language which is more accurate. So if my child asks me, what do I call? This is an orange. What do I say now? So if this was to be an orange, let's say, what is this? How would you say that? I'm sorry, I missed that. Thank you so much. That's another book we can write. Does this have any value? It is orange as of now. Does this have any value? What do you think? Is this more true? So you know what, even I'm just taking this, that I am autistic. Somebody says, I'm autistic. Is that right? Where this slide is concerned so far. Is that right? Tell me about it. I say, I'm autistic. I have been autistic since I'm born. It's a neurological wiring I'm born with. I can't change it. I am autistic. Is this good? Or you want to alter this? Or you want to alter? Is there a scope?
Yeah, I would like to alter it to just be something different.
So I'll say, you know what, I am autistic, for example, and I'm saying that, okay, you know what, there was something interesting going on, that language actually has a lot of power, Neurolinguistic Programming, so much so that the real hypnosis is with language. We are literally hypnotizing all of us. We are born hypnotherapists. It's just that we are doing self-hypnosis. I can't, etc., etc. Now, so let's say that if I come and ask you, I'm an autistic, so what do I do? This sounds interesting. What should I do? What would you tell me? Which is the truth. I am autistic. Do I need to change the words? If yes, what would you say then? That's right. That's a beautiful frame, by the way. Yeah, that's a beautiful frame. But again, my simple question, let's say that I've been saying all my life, I'm an autistic. Now, what should I say if someone asks me, am I an autistic?
I am autistic ability to. Can we change the grammar and put some?
You tell me. I think we are, co-creating. That's what I'm.
Positive. No, just
I am autistic with the ability to give a presentation or with the skills of leadership.
All right. Okay. That sounds better. So what should I say? I'm not an autistic?
no.
I am.
Artistics with a great creativity. Yeah.
All right. Okay. That's right. Or can I say that? Can I say that? I know it's a little too heavier a bomb, I think. It's a heavier attack. That so far I have been autistic. Do you find? Yes, that's right. And that's somewhere not right. I love that sound of it. It's an insightful, yeah, I love that really. You made my day. I have been. But if I'm saying it, I am becoming more of it. And like I said, it's maybe a bit of heavy bombardment of words and some maybe ideas which may sound very abstract. Come on, how do we speak then? Yeah, that's what it is. I'm sorry, would you want to use a mic? Okay, maybe, yeah, I'm good now, yeah.
I said to say I'm autistic, it's affirming for me.
Right,
So that's a good thing for me. I need to say things that I feel affirmed with.
fantastic.
Yeah, if someone else does not feel it affirming for them, then we can consider something different. So, and I think this is a discussion where it happens even with disability. When you say that you're disabled, you feel affirmed. You feel like, oh, I found my identity with a word. And when someone else sees disability as a burden, like I said earlier, if someone else sees your disability as something that's not favorable, then that's a perception that can be changed as well.
Absolutely correct. And that's I think I'll give, my really admirable comment that you have done a good job right now by becoming more intelligent into using the language to be used in a way. Sometimes if that's an affirmation that gives you empowerment, don't change it. Why fix something that's not broken? But then if, the point here is that if the words are being repeated, it's simply hypnosis. And our perceptions are being programmed to look at what that is. So if I say that I have this tendency, or maybe I have been autistic so far, makes me somewhere believe in the neuroplastic nature of human being. I'm not having my friend Joel here. I would have asked when he said with a lot of confidence that, and of course that was his logic, that neurological wirings cannot be changed. And I said, we don't know. It's difficult to change and it cannot be changed. What sounds more human? It cannot be changed versus it's difficult to change. What sounds more human? What sounds more empowering? Difficult, that's right. And these are little changes. That's my part, that through these slides I'm trying to convey this very simple idea. Using language is not very easy, but using language is not very difficult either. But today, if we are taking away these very big words, these are big words that are to be reflected by actions and not just words, so our words have to change. So that's my simple assertion. I think with that, I'm also going to be soon closing this. So there is a little bit of, these are some words which I've kept for this audience to take a look and maybe take note if you want to further research on that. So I'm cutting a very long story short, very short indeed. So these are the internal filters, we call it, which are determining and influencing our perceptions. Yes, please, yeah. Yeah.
My identity is comfortable. And your way of saying your words, because the more you display, you would be a better version. And other version where Joel is missing, it's difficult to change. This is our version.
Right.
So three different thoughts today we are just hearing about.
Right.
So is it right to just put it across? It's about what we believe finally we are going to exercise. No matter what we have just heard, what we believe we are going to exercise. And in the third one, fourth one, I cannot say, the thinking is the first one. The moment you start thinking in a right different part of it, this all becomes a sub-element. Later it just comes over. Where are we ending? What are we just information person to imply either inside or outside? Where do we see it?
And the way I see it, if I were to respond, is that It's just that we are becoming more intelligent. I'm just using less words because what you've asked may require a lot. But I think we're just getting intelligent. That's what intelligence is. Because we are breaking the assumptions, we are breaking generalizations. And that's the beginning of every leadership intent. That by simply becoming intelligent, like, are you hearing yourself saying those things which are not true at the moment? Why can't we be the orange that what we were yesterday is not who we are today? This is quantum physics, it's not me. So why are we the same people? Why our personalities are the same for so many years? Why, you know what? I'm just quoting this theory. It's because our language is not changing. Therefore, we are being who we were. Not me, I'm just, facilitating this aspect. Yeah, yes, please.
Back in those days where classism was prevailing, right? People of higher community and all used to tell their kids that you are born with a very high IQ level, okay, and hence you are capable of doing this, and this used to happen from their childhood, okay? Whereas on the other extreme, right, parents or the upper caste, people used to tell them that you are born with only this much of potential, and hence you are supposed to do only this kind of work.
That's right.
Okay, so what happens is the brain gets conditioned, right, to what has been spoken from the childhood at a very early stage, and then that grows, and the individual thinks that the potential of the individual is only till that level. So I was able to, I just recalled when you were speaking about it and maybe connect to.
Yes, I'm glad you shared. So I think now it's just about catching when we are speaking or when we are hearing and altering it right there. Because we are distorting, and the very meaning of distortion in very simple words, in Hindi, if I may say it first, तुमको लगता है वैसा है, but वैसा है नहीं. That's called distortion. Like, ask a child, look at the clouds above. They say, oh, I see an elephant. And I see a tiger. Somebody says, I see somebody's face. We are distorting. And there's another fantastic piece on this very same topic. It's like what you see, your perception is only your projection. What you see is only your own projection. It's a very big talk. First quoted by Carl Jung. And this is, by the way, one-day workshop that I conduct. And this is literally life transforming. That what you are seeing outside is nothing but your own reflection. So if you want to change outside, this is not just from a quote of Mahatma Gandhi, that be the change you want to see in the world. It's more scientifically validating that point, that we need to bring changes inside. By simply first addressing our language, it's easy to change. It's easy to change. All the icons are wrong because they were not oranges, but we are bringing and manifesting oranges in our life. That's the metaphoric, conveying of the idea. Well, in my first slide, I spoke a little bit about meta-programs. Meta-programs is something that is called personality traits, or personality profiles, be it psychometric assessments. So all of these things inside, this is only a little part I'm not touching because it's not relevant with the ongoing topic, but I also want to make justice with this very slide, the presentation, that these are all very important things inside of us that's creating the world outside of us. So when we are dealing with people, it's about looking beyond. So now let's say there's one last slide before we do another activity. Everybody please draw this. Check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Please draw this on your notepads, please. Just make these dots. I've done this in engineering, computer engineering. And I got an insight that this could be connecting with our ongoing topic also. Let's see that. So the rule is you have to cover all these 9 dots without lifting your pen, and maximum 4 lines. Maximum 4 lines covering all the 9 dots. Let's try. 4 lines, and you don't have to lift your pen, which means you put your pen and then you cover all the dots. 4 lines. Nahi hoga, yeah, it's good. And you're right, by the way. Good. You're avoiding the wasted effort, is it? Yeah, this one? Really? Oh my God, which school were you in? Because I learned this in my engineering. And you're talking about school when kids? Oh my God.
We have to start from outside. We have to start
So let's do that. Let's see if but if it's happening, let's see if we try from outside. Is it really happening? 4 lines and we are done. But 4, yeah, that's the whole point. Yeah. Yeah, all right. So I'll not waste too much time, but I'm just going to be only validating what you're saying is right. Then look at this. 1. That's where we go outside, yeah. I'm more interested to know which school were you in, because because had I learned this in when I was a kid, then yeah, because these have. So, what is the take? What is it that you think about this so far? What is it about? Where are we going? Simple, but I think what is my message is that from this, of course, is that if we are looking at people from the outside, we are missing out on a lot. The puzzle will never be solved. So this is only a proposal of neurolinguistic programming, that by this intelligence that we look what is really underlying, what's behind, because that's the real person. That's the real you, that's the real me. So that's what it is. So I think I'm good. Some basic introductions to neuro-linguistic programming. What's our takeaway? So is that we all have a very unique model of the world. All right. So when we say this, we are talking about everyone has very different memories. No one can have the same thing. So these are 2 basic takeaways, that we all have a unique model of the world, and then respect your client's model of the world. I'm just using NLP words. So client is somebody who you're associated with, is that respecting the client model of the world. So I think this is where I stop. And there was supposedly an activity, a wonderful activity of collaborative painting, but there are no brushes provided. So we are cutting on that activity. Yeah, but should have been a collaborative painting, we all would have done that. So maybe we'll give another 5 minutes. If it comes, it's good. If not, then I'm done. Yeah. Yeah, but then we wanted brushes for every person, and we have only some of them. Yeah.
each thing has 3 brushes.
3 and 3, we have 6. So we should have had about 24. So it's a collaborative painting we would have done. But let's see if we give another 5 or maybe 10 minutes. So all right, so guys, so I'm done with my talk, and what I want to really finish with is that how can we really, okay, this is my question and this is my closing note. How can we step up, opening the door for including diversity from the eyes of what we have covered? So a little bit of talk and then we are good to go. Yeah. What is it that you're taking away with you from this neuro-linguistic programming perspective? Yeah.
Allow everybody to be their own and don't put label and then just put them in the box.
All right.
We see things differently. Our perspectives may be different from what another perspective is. And many a times we are looking at things, but we don't really see the full picture.
All right. Okay. Well done. And we're also open for a bit of questions if somebody might have, which can be more justified from a participant's perspective. So ensure that you are sharing, and also if required, you can ask questions. Yeah. Go ahead, please. Yeah. What are you? Yeah.
Think outside the box. Think outside the box.
All right. All right. How?
Look at it as in the 3D form rather than in a 2D or a 1D format. Like looking at a square in the form of a cube instead of just a square. So in the same way, looking at a person and not just their physical appearance or something like that, but talk to them and find out what is more about
All right, what
them.
is more? That's right. So what's more, that's being deleted and distorted. All right, good. That's another wonderful take. Yep.
Yeah, we see the world not as it is, but as who we are.
As who we are. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Power of language. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. I think I feel great hearing that, by the way, because that was the whole crux, that it is languaging that we must start to address and change. Yes. So power of language. Yes. No, I think it'll be good for me. Yeah. No.
So if we go back and tell the team about this, five things about this NLP session, we wanted to give a back then what we have learned, what that could be, instead of just the language part of it. Is there anything else we can put it to our team to just think bigger and better?
I think, yes, of course, there's a lot to it. If I may share, of course, quoting NLP for now, because until I'm standing here, I'll only talk that because that's the hammer I have, and I'll see nails everywhere. So from that perspective, it's all about beginning to change your languaging. That's first, because that's how the change inside will take place. Second is, anything to be worked on the outside, first you need to change from the inside. And get to know about, this is the more workplace concern that I present, is like, how do we get access to getting to know about every person that you are working with? And it's a game changer, by the way. It's a game changer. How can you formally know that? It's also that. Meta programs is it's like anybody done MBTI assessment, Myers-Briggs type assessment. So those are meta programs. So it's like if an extrovert looks at, deletes and distorts what an introvert would look at. So all those 4 letters, the dichotomy, yep, introvert, extrovert, sensing, intuiting, feeling, thinking, and judging, perceiving. So they're all meta programs. So the more you know about the person, now you're able to, can I use another metaphor, connecting with this? The whole purpose of this is that you look at a metaphoric chessboard. What happens in a chessboard is you first identify the individual's right place. And with all the differences, by the way, with all inclusivity, that even in the game of chess, it's a very spiritual game, by the way. It was created with a spiritual understanding that the pawn, when reaches the last step, it can convert into anybody you want to make it become like. So if we are aware of this, we are knowing the right places for everyone and creating inclusivity. And there are formal ways to address this, by the way. So meta programs is that. Along with that, all the psychological profiling, personality assessments, they all come under meta programs. So meta is programs beyond your programs. Why you do what you do, what's making you do what you do. It's that. Yeah. And it'll talk about values. Values is, organizational values. Yesterday also we spoke about that a little bit. So for people who are, want to connect in neuro-linguistic programming, want to delve with the intersection of creating a better workplace from the eyes of neuro-linguistic programming, is that if you have an organization's values, are the people who are working for the organization aligned with those values? And that's after discovery, not just verbally. So values is the ultimate answer of why people do what they do. You know, let's say a husband wants a value of consistency, and the wife has a value of, let's say, creativity. So supposedly it's a conflicting pair. It's a conflicting pair. And it doesn't come across as a problem, by the way. It doesn't come across as a challenge or limitation. It's a big, by the way, it's a big challenge. One needs to learn how to address. That's what values are all about. All right, so with this note, I think I want to thank to all the humble audience. Although I feel that that wonderful activity would have made a little things a bit more lighter. That was my first talk with Disha when I was having 2 months ago. That we are all going to be in Goa. Nobody wants to listen for too much. So we're going to be having that beautiful activity, which otherwise was planned right in the beginning. So I think with that note, thanks everyone for being patient, participative. So thanks for the opportunity. Thank you very much.